hello there, hi. I am thoroughly excited for today. Woo! I am starting a podcast. Never thought I'd do that. And for today's video, I am going to take you through the process of me getting my podcast together. Since I am new to this, I thought that this video would tie in very well to this month's Skillshare. So I'm very grateful to Skillshare because I did not know where to begin with this. I had the premise of I'm going to be talking. Beyond that, I did not know where to start.
Skillshare is a platform where you can take online video courses. They also have courses for business, productivity, how to make the best grilled cheese sandwich, and basically anything you can think of.
What I do like about it is that you can pick and choose what you need to know when you need to know it.
This is great for me because I'm interested in doing so many things, but I don't always know where to start. Likewise, if you're someone who's unsure about what to do, classes on things like productivity can be a really good way to help you learn how to manage things in a way that benefits you. Or you can take some creative courses to help calm your nerves and just have a fun way to pass time that still feels productive. So many important things are happening right now in the world, and often I feel like I'm not doing enough. So having a place like Skillshare, where I can learn and better myself without feeling pressured or stressed, it's really great. The best thing about Skillshare to me, though, is it keeps me from getting bored.
Today I need to know podcast. The class I took on Skillshare was How to Make a Podcast by John Lago Marcino. One of the first things that John covers in his class is when picking a name, you don't have to put the word podcast in the podcast. People already know that they're looking at a podcast, and it's kind of like titling a book with the word book in it so that people know that it's a book. They know it's a book, so it's okay. Which was helpful to me because I did do that. The name of my podcast is Yo Ho Yo Joe, with the tagline of A Podcast Life for Me, which is cute, but I think I am gonna redo that. Yes, so now it is Yo Ho Yo Joe, Overseas Adventures and True Stories of an American Abroad. So now you know what it's actually about. We are going to be making a logo real quick. I'm also going to have to change angles because the sun has decided to come out. I did not expect that today. It is England.
I am putting the cat into the logo. You might have seen my first draft of the logo that I've done. I've changed it up just slightly and I am happy with it. And now I'm making it into a poster to put in the background. I'm also going to set the scene for this video, putting up some little curtain drapes, tablecloth, got some new fairy lights, and then I did find my cloud fabric, so I used that.
Here's my podcast setup. I do have a pirate hat. I like a good hat. Are we continuing with the hat? Yes, we are. I did jot down some notes from the lesson that I took on Skillshare, and now I'm going to organize those notes into a notebook. You need a few materials. I have gotten myself a new microphone for this podcast. Now, a podcast is just your voice. It is not visual, but we've done a setup anyway, so it doesn't matter. The one visual you will need is a logo and an image for your podcast. Yes, I am enjoying my eccentric pirate hat. I am very much enjoying my hat. Ooh, cool. Yay, microphone. This first, see microphone? Cool. And then we plug in our cord. Are we ready for it? Are we ready for it?
Microphone check 2. Cool. You need joy in life, get a hat. Get a ridiculous hat. Starting a podcast is a little bit of a peculiar thing for me because I have never liked how I sound. There we are. We're getting over fears. Getting into our podcast and actually starting it now. Yay! How to make a podcast. Don't say podcast in the title, we've learned. I'm very happy with Yo Ho Yo Joe. We're all here, we're all in it. Get all the socials for the name. This way you're gonna make sure that someone else doesn't already have the name. It also makes sure that people can find you across platforms. Right now, my name is different across platforms. Yay. I'm verified and everything, so it's a little bit more difficult for me to change my name and maintain verification. I'm having to find actual people who want to help me, and it's been 3 years? Cool. But for Yo Ho Yo Joe, I do have the handles. Congratsies. Research what microphone you want, and know that most microphones are gonna be okay for when you start out, so don't feel too pressured. You'll need some editing software. I will be doing my podcast alone, but I'd like to have some guests on every now and again. Another thing to consider is whether or not you see your podcast as a business or a hobby. I'm doing this more as a hobby, more as just fun, but if you are thinking more business focused, you might have to put a bit more effort into everything, as well as plan more for things like ad breaks. Make sure the topic of your podcast is clear and niche. My podcast is going to be about storytelling, and if you'd like to stay on schedule, film the first few episodes ahead of time. I am going to have a schedule for my podcast, and right now I'm thinking every Tuesday. John also says that you need to find a tone for your podcast, and this is the most important element to me. The reason I started watching online creators was because I was lonely, and watching YouTube videos was how I got social interaction. As silly as that sounds, it actually worked. It felt like I was hanging out with a friend, and I needed that. So that's what I want the tone of my podcast to be. I want it to feel like we are just friends hanging out, having a fun time, and having a nice chat. Figure out where you're going to upload it. If you could give me suggestions in the comments of where you listen to podcasts, that would be very helpful for me. So that's the basics of podcasting, I guess. And John recommends that the first thing you upload is actually just an introduction piece, because you don't know when it's actually going to be put out to others because it has to go under an analysis. So having an introduction piece, kind of a fluff thing that you don't care how well it does, might be the best option. Just as a side note, I've gotten these lights that I could change the colors of, and I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Because I can be like, and now, breaking announcement. Shall we change the angle again to get more exciting? Yes. Our mascot is now here with us. Yay! Hi, mascot. You're gonna be trouble. I put you in the logo for a reason, because I knew you would just take over this. You're just like facing me. He wants the hat. I can't move him. Can you not play with the microphone? What if I move the microphone over here? I did put Kitty Carrot into the logo, because let's face it, my life does revolve around you. You make it. He's gonna sulk in the other corner out of shot. That's fine by me. I get to wear my sailor shirt. And here we go with the intro into my new podcast. Welcome to Yo Ho Yo Joe, overseas adventures and true stories of an American abroad. My name is Jamie Joe, and I do originally come from Springfield, Missouri. That is Missouri, not Missouri, as in miserable. They do sound alike. Yes, I do live in England now. However, I would love to do an episode in the future about my life growing up as a homeland special, covering stories like how my cat got eaten by an owl, those 4 weeks we went without power because of an ice storm, or my favorite, that time a tornado removed the roof from my school. So I do have lots of tales from Missouri. That being said, that is not the point of this particular podcast. I do live abroad now, and I'm on my way to a British citizenship, and one of the topics I will be covering in this podcast is the differences between the UK and America, as well as my many mistakes that I've made as an American. At the same time, we will be covering very important topics like what is a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and why is it a mystery to the normal British bystander? Differences in travel, my misconceptions that I had when I got here, stories from doing interviews with celebrities. Been very fortunate and unfortunate, and I will tell you all about my tales with that. I have also been to other countries in Europe, and in recent years Japan. Since we will be talking about overseas adventures, it won't be limited to just England, then I'm very happy to be able to share some fun stories from those travels. They're just some things you might not know. I didn't know. I am a nerd, a dork, a Disney fanatic, and gamer, so some of these episodes might also edge into those territories. Also, I am a figure skater, so I'd love to share some skating drama. There comes a stretch. If you're not watching the visual side of this, there is a cat here, and the cat is stretching. You might know me from YouTube, and if you do, you might be asking yourself, why isn't this an art podcast? I am an art YouTuber. I guess I am, at least, if you have to categorize me. Yes, I am an online artist. However, I would like to take this opportunity to show another side of myself, to provide a friendly chat, nice hangout, and just overall a calm, good time. When I started to create videos online, that's the reason I had started. It made me feel like I was getting the social interaction that perhaps I wasn't getting at home. I just want to provide a nice calm space to have a friendly chat and maybe some laughs at my expense. I've always said that I'd rather have a funny story to tell than a perfect moment. Let's just say my life is definitely edging on comedy. So welcome to Yo Ho Yo Joe, Let's Tell Some Tales. Oh, that sounded so American. I look forward to seeing you every Tuesday, and please do leave comments. I would love to share your stories as well. Happy times and ahoy. Hopefully that was alright, we will find out later.
Also, I do have my golden pin giveaway, so if you'd like a chance to win a golden pin, please leave a nice comment down below. Thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. It actually did really help me out. He'd like to win a hat. He loves the hat. The first 1,000 people who click the link in the description will get a free trial for Skillshare Premium membership. After that, it's about $10 a month. Yes, it is. I will see you guys again next time, and my podcast will be on Tuesday. Bye! Bye, bye, bye!